Curious about what this week has in store for you? Well, let's join our dream team and find out all about it. Cello, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly oracle reading for the week of May 24th. And for all of my Canadian, my Canuck friends and family, happy 2-4 weekend. Happy Victoria Day. And for all of my American peeps, that's the same as Memorial Day. We just celebrate a little sooner than you do, but it's the exact same thing. So let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, highest guides, light beings, creature teachers, elementals, loved ones in spirit. Come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we need to really understand what we need to know to thrive in our passions and our purpose this week. So we are reading from the Tarot de la Nuit, which is Alexandria v. Bach and Carole-Anne Eachenazi. I always mess it up, but I've got the box right in front of you to make sure that we get that right, and will be put in post edit. Okay, if you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. Would love to see you there and release all sorts of fun stuff for you. We have Ace of Swords. How exciting! Inspired thought, inspirations, new beginnings based on an inspired thought. Loving this card. So in this card, she has this beautiful butterfly diadem on her, and it's sitting right on the crown and the third eye right here. This is where we receive all of our intuition, all of our spidey senses come right through this spot right here. And this card is emphasizing that. And I'm feeling very much, and I believe that it was the beginning of the month, we had a reading where it was about clearing out the clutter of the mind. And I feel like this is why. This is why we had to clear the clutter out of the mind, because we are now in a space here where there's inspired thought. There's something new that is about to begin, and it can't come through unless you've got room for it. And that's what this week is about. You are receiving messages, you're receiving inspiration for that new beginning. I'm just tuning in to see what that new beginning is going to be. So feeling like for a lot of us, there are going to be some inspired aha moments around career, and I'm hearing around process with career. So the way that we are processing something that we're doing in our job, new processes, bringing in new ways to approach what it is that we're trying to achieve. Also, there's so much purple in this card. It is really about that third eye. It really is about vision, being open to what is being envisioned for you, being open to envisioning for yourself and receiving the inspiration to be able to move forward and make it happen. Now, beginnings are just that. They're beginnings. It's that potential. It's that seed that has been planted. You still need to nurture that seed. You still need to water it and give it healthy soil and make sure that it's got plenty of sunshine and that it's, free from little critters as it starts to grow, so that it has the opportunity to really grow into its full potential. So this is a week where there's beginnings. There's of course going to be work that needs to go in. There's of course going to need to be thought around how to bring it into being, those processes. But don't get bogged down in that. Enjoy the feeling of the inspiration. Enjoy the feeling of expanded mental energy this week. Expanded mental energy. I know I tapped into career. I'm also feeling on a personal level, this is what I'm talking about, expanded mental energy. Having more space up in your head to be able to imagine and perhaps even formulate, or to connect with source and say, thanks for the inspiration. Now, how do I bring that into being? Give me some ideas. Further the inspiration, further the expansion of this idea so that I know what the next steps are, so that I can either take the next right step towards this, or I can be completely open to receiving the next step, that I'm excited about it and I'm vibrating at the frequency of this inspiration, of what this inspiration can become, so that I can make that my focus. Live an inspired week this week. I want to say the challenge for you guys is going to be to not do anything by rote. Obviously, we do have our to-do list. You know, everybody's got to show up for work in order to get paid. You know, the kids need to get places. The kids need clothes. You need to, you know, cook for yourself. Whether you have kids or not, you need to cook for yourself. You need to take care of yourself. The challenge this week for all of us, I feel, is to find ways to do everything from an inspired vantage point or an inspired perspective. And this is a challenge because sometimes we get very by rote. I know, dishes and laundry, not everybody enjoys doing dishes and laundry, and yet dishes and laundry are always an issue. It's always something that comes up. So how can you be more inspired in your approach to dishes and laundry? That process is going to help you to be more inspired and to be able to embrace the inspirations that come through about the new things. So I know I'm talking about new beginnings, fresh starts, needing all of those things. New beginnings come out of old, or come out of steady, come out of stagnant. And take a look at your schedule. What has become stagnant for you that really does need to be reimagined? Yes, it's something that needs to be done, but you don't necessarily have to always do it in the same way or take the same approach with it. How can you live more inspired this week in everything that you do? Oh, I'm loving this card. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, we're gonna do Hero's Journey Tarot. And oh my goodness, I forget. Oh, it's right in front of me. Kelly Sullivan Walden. I was like, oh no, I forget the author. Love these cards. Okay, let's see what the accompanying message is. Oh, cool. Attune to the call. Tune in and turn on. And folks, it's a number 10. New beginnings based on an already established foundation. So we're getting the double dose. It's like getting 111, or like getting 11 in this case, 11. It's angel numbers. This is definitely your dream team talking to you. And it is about recognizing that there is a new beginning. There is a fresh start. You have to be able to receive that information and guidance in order to be able to flip the switch and be able to say, yeah, I'm ready to move all in. What I love about this card is we've got a lot of the red and a lot of the green, or pink and green. Heart related, heart activity, heart activation. In order to bring these inspired thoughts, these wonderful imaginings into your reality, you have to feel it in your heart space. You have to step into that place of passion and fire and being open to receiving the frequency of love, opening yourself, tuning in and turning on the ability to vibe at that frequency and at that level. Attune to the call. Each and every one of you is being called by your dream team, being called to step up to the plate. New challenge. How can you grow? How can you expand into all of the potentials and possibilities that are waiting for you? This is the week to really step into that. It is about giving thought, because swords is the realm of the mind. So it is that mental expansion, giving thought to it. But this card says, and now from that heart space, how are you going to enact this thought? How are you going to materialize this thought into being? And you're going to do it from your heart space. Also, the red is all about root chakra. I am safe, I am secure, I am grounded, I have all of my needs met. I don't just survive, I thrive. How can you thrive this week when you are expanding into these new beginnings, these new wonderful musings and ideas? You have to be open to the growth, All of this green looks very much like flower, like vine. It is about that growth and abundance. And if you think about a vine, vines grow, everybody says, vines grow like weeds, and they grow quickly and they expand out, they flow out. You're being called this week to see how your heart space can expand outward, how it can have multiple vines, multiple arms, legs, tendrils that are far-reaching. And with each of those vines comes a bloom, comes a beautiful blossom, a beautiful flower, maybe of a different color. How can you expand into the different colors of your life? This is inspired living. Inspired living through your heart space. This is the recipe, folks. This is the recipe for how to live an inspired life. It's receiving on an intuitive and a psychic level and feeling it into being. I feel like we've been talking about that a lot this month. So there's a lot of energy around manifesting this month. Okay, our feather is choice. And this is a reminder, you have the choice. When you receive an inspiration, you can choose to honor it, act on it, flights of fancy into it, or you can choose to ignore it. And there's no judgment from your dream team. There's no judgment from Source about whether you choose to ignore it or embrace it. It is your choice. When you are being called into exploring those greater passions and that purpose and those potentials, you always have the choice whether you want to explore it or not. So I feel like this is a message that we're giving you this opportunity. We're sending it here. We're laying it out on a silver platter for you. Also understanding that maybe your lesson and your challenge is in learning how, what happens when you don't take advantage of that. When you make the choice to not pursue that or to not follow that. Perhaps that's where the growth is happening for you. And only you can decide that. No one can decide that for you. This is an internal choice. Make that choice from your, and I'm also getting, it's on a yellow feather. So it's also incorporating the solar plexus chakra area. So we've got head, heart, and soul. Body, mind, spirit, right? Head, heart, and soul. The three things that allow you to manifest and to learn. And you have the free will. You have the choice. How far you want to explore it. How far do I want to take it? And every choice is going to have a learning opportunity that goes along with it. So which choice do you want to make? There's no right or wrong here. There's no judgment on the choice. It just simply is a choice. And it's recognizing that I'm making this choice. I'm making this choice for me. What am I learning from the experience? Wow, what a cool freaking reading this week. Oh my God, I love it. All right, guys, so click that bell on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe so that you get notified of all of my delicious offerings on there. I have my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com, my Facebook page and my Instagram, The Black Feather Intuitive. Would love to remain connected with you guys there. I post all sorts of fun little goodies on there to stay in touch. Want to talk about really quickly I know I talk about this a lot, but I'm super excited about it. My Archangel Conversations workshop. Would love to see you there. It's the third Saturday of every month from 1 to 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Don't worry if you can't make it and that's not a convenient time. We record it and you can perform the workshop or participate in the workshop at your leisure. I channel a different archangel every single month. Channeling is very different than a reading. A reading, what you're seeing here, is me just tuning in and giving you stuff that's kind of floating into my brain and how I'm receiving it in the body. Channeling is where another being comes in and shares my meat suit, shares my body, and speaks through me to you directly on various different topics. So I would love for you to be able to have that experience. And I know it sounds a little weird and a little scary, and believe me, it freaked me out for many years before I started to recognize how that was coming through. But what I love about it is I have so many people across the globe that are wanting to know about archangels. Which archangel can help me? How can I utilize the archangels? How can I call upon the archangels? This is a great opportunity to get to know each and every one of them on a personal level, and they're going to talk directly to you. So check it out. Would love to see you guys there. Have the most amazing week, and we will see you next time. Ciao.